The 72 men were still trying to sleep, having arrived in the little town only a few hours earlier. They needed to sleep, and nothing, neither their fear nor the thin strip of light that was beginning to relieve the gloom in the warehouse that served as their shelter, could deter them from that desire, to go back to sleep. By their side, since the previous night, Joe Goy now watched as they struggled with their obsession, but he knew their effort would prove futile, because for the time being, no true rest was possible. What most of these men really needed wasn't sleep itself, but only the mental and psychological disposition of sleep, the idea that they could abandon themselves to sleep without fear. Joe Goy gave a sigh and rubbed his eyes. His body, too, had known the long assault of insomnia. The first pricklings of deep fatigue ran down his neck like a colony of ants hard at work. A dog barked somewhere nearby, and it was like the sudden clangor of an alarm clock in the ears of the sleeping town, which now began to stretch and yawn and crack its cobblestones, while all the faint sounds of a country dawn besieged it. Dr. Pisotto walked into the warehouse just then with his young assistants, Gianni and Lucia, right behind him. But unlike them, Salvatore Pisotto was not wearing a lab coat. He had long salt and pepper hair that he tied back in a classy ponytail, in honor of his idol, the greatest football player of all time, Il divin codino l'ultimo fuori classe, Roberto Baggio. He headed over to Joe Goy as soon as he saw him. The two men had become acquainted thanks to football. The first time they'd met, Joe Goy had been wearing the jersey of their favorite team, Juventus, from Turin. That had been enough to place the seal on one of those great friendships that are founded and consolidated by shared passions. Ciao, Leone. How'd the night go? The doctor said, shaking his friend's hand. Restless sleep, Toto, Joe Goy replied. Some of them woke up screaming. Nightmares as usual. That shouldn't surprise you anymore. No, it doesn't surprise me anymore. They fell silent. A loud noise of snoring, or something that wanted to sound like snoring, rose in the room, but immediately burst and fell, a bird stripped of its wings in full flight. Did you watch the match last night? Dr. Pisotto continued, his eyes still on the frustrated sleepers. No? Roma Inter, 2-2. That should make Milan happy, but just wait, they'll see. Just as soon as Juventus makes it back into Serie A. The two friends had been trying to speak quietly on the verge of a whisper, although the doctor got somewhat carried away talking about Juventus. But both of them knew that their words, even muted, had nevertheless reached the anxious ears of the men lying before them. The men might not be moving, but every one of them was thinking that if he opened his eyes before his comrades did, it would be proof that he was in less pain than they were. I hope their situation will get sorted out quickly, said Salvatore Pisotto. Juventus's situation? No, theirs, said the doctor, tilting his nose at the sleeping men. Oh, theirs. You know how it goes.